Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Steph and I'm a first time mum from New Zealand. And in this video I want to share with you guys my newborn essentials. I've really cut down and created a list of what I think is important to help you with motherhood. So the first thing I want to mention is that obviously I titled this video Newborn Essentials, but that's not the case. If you have a newborn, all your baby needs is milk and love. That is it. So these are just things that I think would help you if you're a first-time mom or just with motherhood in general. I remember that when I was looking through a lot of these videos, I got so overwhelmed because a lot of the times the YouTuber that might be doing these videos have been sponsored by a product and therefore they're recommending that product, but they also have another product that's very similar. And then they've got very expensive items and you're like, oh my god, how can I afford all of this? So I created a list that I feel like financially isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg. This is what I recommend for your newborn. So the first category that I'm going to talk about is sleep. My first recommendation is the Velcro Swaddle. So you're going to need swaddles for your baby. And my favorite one is this Velcro one. I don't really have specific brands that I like. I'm just kind of talking about the item in general. So I love these Velcro ones, and how they work is, so you pop your baby in here. There's a little Velcro there, a Velcro there. You tuck its arms in, you put the Velcro like that. Oh my god, this is a bit difficult. And then there's a Velcro here and you go like that. Ta-da! So I like that because it just makes it so easy during the middle of the night when you're changing diapers. Newborns get up a lot. It's simple. You don't have to worry about tucking it in. And if your baby does like to have its arms up, then I do recommend getting the Love to Stream swaddle, which is just like that. I actually only started using this when he was 3 months because that is how I'm transitioning from his arms being tucked in to his arms up, and then eventually he's going to have his arms out and about. The next thing in the whole sleep department that I recommend is the Sleeping Wedge. It's super inexpensive and this is what it looks like. There's lots of different ones. This is really good for lots of reasons. It's usually used for when a baby has colic and they can sleep on their sides, or to prevent flat heads in baby because you just swap sides and then they don't get a flat head. But I also really liked it because when my baby was a newborn, babies just like to be held. So when you put them in their bassinet, putting them in between the wedge kind of gives them that like feeling that someone is holding them. They feel something on their sides. And I found that putting my baby locked in between the wedge, he always slept better. I then recommend getting a pacifier for your baby. So I personally really like the Avent pacifiers. They look like this. I'm not too sure if this is correct, but it has been said that these are better for babies because it won't ruin their teeth when they get teeth. Not too sure if that's correct, but I think it's something to do with the shape. Babies just like this one anyway, so I know that my boy took this one super easily, and I've also been told by other mums that their babies really like this. And also a pacifier clip. You can get any kind of clip, but these ones you just kind of wrap them around the eye of the teddy bear. It's a teddy bear shape, and it's just really important because if you're out and about, you just clip that on their shirt and then it's not going to fall on the floor. It just makes it cleaner. Okay, the next thing for sleep that I really recommend obviously is having pajamas, but there are different kinds of pajamas that I recommend. I feel like there are 3 types of pajamas that you will get: the zip one, the button one, or these ones which are like open little sacks at the bottom. I really like these ones. It makes it super easy to change out the nappies during the night. And then when it comes to the zip and the buttons, I recommend the button because if you're changing a diaper in the middle of the night, yes, it takes longer to do the buttons, but if you have a zip one, so firstly there are 2 types of zips. There are ones that have zips only at the top and then ones that have zips at the top and the bottom. And they think that they've done the right thing by adding a zip at the bottom, which they have, because then it means that you don't have to fully unzip your baby and have them fully naked during the middle of the night. However, let me show you this. The zip comes across one side of the leg. I don't even know if you can see that. So when you're unzipping it, and it's the middle of the night and you've unzipped your baby, you have to get this leg out, and it is pretty damn hard. It's easy to get this leg out, however, you have to fully like grab your baby's leg, rip it out of that side, because it's gonna wake your baby up. Well, it woke my baby up anyway, every time. And that's why I recommend the buttons, because there's a high chance that your baby will just kind of sleep through the diaper change and then go back to bed with whatever pajama you decide. I highly recommend ones with mittens and booties. That will save your life. It makes it so much easier. The next thing that's really important for babies while sleeping is white noise. There are lots of white noise machines out there. I'm sure a lot of them are great. Personally, what I've been using is my speaker, and I play white noise on my Spotify. I have a 1 hour track that is on loop. It just keeps rolling through, and it just means that I saved a little bit of money on a white noise machine, because I'm going to be using the speaker for lots of other things for my whole life, whereas I probably wouldn't use a white noise machine for my whole life. I don't have a specific recommendation for a white noise machine if that's just what you want to get, but I do recommend getting one. The last thing that I recommend in the whole baby sleep department is a monitor. I think this is really important when you have a newborn, especially if it's your first baby, because if you're putting your baby to sleep in its crib or its bassinet, you want to be able to see your baby. It's just natural to get worried, especially at first. So if you have a monitor, you can go do the washing, do the dishes, you can go outside and it's fine. You can still see your baby, you can hear your baby. A lot of them have like thermometers, so it shows how warm or how cold it is. I really like the ones that have their own little separate department. So this is the camera, and then I just carry this around with me and I can see everything that's happening. A lot of them go through your phones, but I wouldn't recommend that, because then you can't really use your phone to do other stuff. I have the VTech one. I'm not sure if that's just a brand in New Zealand or if it's everywhere, but this is really great. It's not too expensive and I really like this one. Okay, the next things I'm going to talk about is kind of miscellaneous stuff. I don't really think it all fits into one department. So just a bunch of stuff that I really feel like babies need. And the first thing is Hakka nail clipper. Babies get the longest nails. I honestly don't know how, but they get so long, so sharp, and you can get baby nail clippers, baby scissors, but trust me, you want to get this Hakka nail filer. I remember that the first time I tried cutting my baby's nails, I actually got his skin, and I have been traumatized ever since. I can no longer do his nails. I felt so bad. I was crying more than he was. And so now we bought this nail filer which doesn't hurt. I tried it on my own skin, I tried it on my own nails, and I make my partner do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not touching his nails anymore. But it doesn't hurt them, and it's just so much easier. And you do need to file their nails or cut their nails quite often, because like I said, they get really long and then they'll scratch themselves. The next thing that I feel like is quite important for newborns, however, I haven't got mine yet. I actually just ordered one, but that is a Cradle Cap Brush. I'll insert a picture of what it looks like. A lot of babies get Cradle Cap, very common. Some get it more than others. And with my newborn, what I started doing once his Cradle Cap got quite bad was that I just used a really soft toothbrush. It's working, it's fine, and if you don't have budget for a Cradle Cap brush, then use a really soft toothbrush. But a Cradle Cap brush isn't too expensive, and it just means that it just gets rid of the Cradle Cap a little bit faster. So I actually just ordered one of those and I'm waiting for it to arrive. I think it'll work great. I don't know why it wouldn't. I've seen lots of people use them, and yeah, I feel like that's quite important, because Cradle Cap is something that you might not know that your baby will have, but it's pretty common. It doesn't hurt them as well. It's just if you don't get rid of the Cradle Cap, it can get really itchy on the head. In regards to feeding, the main thing that I recommend if you are breastfeeding is the Hakka Ladybug. This is to catch the milk on your one side of the boob that the baby's not on. So if it's feeding on one side, you put this on the other and it'll catch all the letdown of the milk. It's amazing, it's small, it fits into your bra. I've done a whole breastfeeding video. If you want to check that out, make sure that you do, but I just feel like this is amazing. The next few things that I'm going to talk about are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to chuck B-roll of these items. Don't really have space to show you guys right here. Something that's really important for newborns is obviously carriers. I've tried a whole bunch of carriers. I've tried the ones that wrap around your body. I've tried, tried this one as well. And I mean, everything's great. I think you need a carrier, but I think if I have to invest in something, it would be to get a really good carrier. With newborns, obviously they're quite little and it doesn't matter what kind of carrier you have. So I have this one, which is the Bjorn, I'm not sure how you say it, Bjorn baby carrier, and It's fine for when he was little because he was small, he didn't weigh too much. Now it's fine for my partner because my partner's 6 foot. He's tall, musty, you know, he's fine. It doesn't hurt him. But for someone like me that's smaller, it's getting really hard now that he's heavy. I've definitely been looking at different carriers, and I'm going to be investing in something that supports me a lot better. You can get the ones that like have belts, and that means that all the weight is going onto your hips rather than your shoulders like the one I have right now. The next thing that will save your life when your baby's a newborn is a swing. I have this swing. It wasn't expensive. I actually got it secondhand, and it's fine. It means that I can put my baby down, leave him on the swing for a couple minutes while I'm eating dinner or doing the dishes. It keeps him entertained. However, I think if I was to have baby number 2, I would probably invest in something like the Mamaroo. Chuck a photo up here. I have been told that the Mamaroo is amazing because it has different motions that kind of feels like your baby is in your tummy, whereas the swing that I have just goes back and forth, back and forth. Like I said, it still does the trick, and if you are on a smaller budget, then just get whatever swing. But it's really nice to have a swing because, like I said, it means you can put your baby down for a couple minutes and have your hands free. You can get ones that have music on them, vibrates, it has white noise. If you get ones with little toys, they will get fascinated by the toys. And yeah, this really will save your life, so that is probably really something I would recommend buying. The last thing that I want to mention is prams. Obviously all babies need prams. I mean, no, they don't. They don't all need prams, that is a lie. But if you're gonna buy a pram, I recommend investing in a pram that has a really big hood. I have this pram. I didn't really know anything about prams when I bought this one, but now that I have it, I actually realized that it has an extra long hood, which is great for hot days, sunny days. It keeps your baby warm, it keeps your baby dry, it keeps your baby away from the sun. Even when you have a newborn and you chuck in the bassinet part of the prams, which a lot of prams come with, it also means you can double hood it and keeps the sun away from your baby. Okay, there you go. I think that's everything that I wanted to mention. It's a small list, but I really think you don't need to get the unnecessary items. I hope these items that I've mentioned will help you with your baby. If there's anything that you feel like I haven't added to the list that you think is a must, then comment it down below so that my viewers can hopefully see that and also might consider that item. But anyway, I will wrap up this video here. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can follow along with my journey, and give this video a thumbs up because that really supports my channel. Thanks guys, and I'll catch you all next week. Bye!